absolutely love a HIIT workout. High intensity interval training. What's not to like? It's efficient, it's convenient, you can do it where you want, there's so much variety in it. It can increase your overall ability to consume oxygen and be fitter. It's great for your heart, and it's even great for your metabolism after you've carried out the workout. Why is it then that so many people hit a brick wall when it comes to HIIT training? Absolutely, and this happened to me, it's happened to me many times, and only once I had to find out why is HIIT training not working? It's so popular, but why am I not seeing results because of the HIIT training? Am I mixing up too many types of training? Hey everybody, my name is Jason Davis at Body with Master, and today I'm going to give you the exact reasons why HIIT training is not working for you. Okay, so the first number one issue with HIIT training is the fact that you're not having enough carbohydrates. There are three main macronutrients: protein, carbohydrates and fats, dietary fat. And you need, different parts of them have different energy utilization points. Protein is typically, we don't use that for energy, we typically use that for recovery, to build muscle. You know, fats and carbohydrates on the other hand, we more readily use that. But we use, guess what, we use glucose and glycogen the first and foremost. And so if you're carrying out a HIIT in a carbohydrate depleted fashion, you're going to hit a brick wall, because your body needs the energy. It needs the energy from the glycogen reserves in your muscles, and it needs the energy you've got ready to use in the form of glucose. You carry out a HIIT workout in a carbohydrate depleted fashion, then all that's going to happen is that your cortisol levels, which is a stress hormone, you don't want those to increase, they're going to start increasing. And that as a result is probably going to have a negative effect on your performance and certainly fat loss. The other thing here is that fat usually is burnt as body fat. It's usually burnt at rest, and carbohydrates are used when we exercise. But actually, if you carry out doing too many HIIT sessions every week, then you're probably going to cause the body to start thinking, actually I'm going to start using carbohydrates as energy instead of body fat, even at rest, which is not good, because that's not going to have a good effect on your body fat reduction. So absolutely make sure you're not performing too many HIIT workouts, but make sure you're eating the right carbohydrates. Carbohydrates are not your enemy. The next issue that why HIIT training is not working is that you're carrying out HIIT training and you're only carrying out HIIT training. Carrying out HIIT training in isolation is not really necessarily going to mean that you're a fit person. It's not going to mean that you're increasing your fitness. Fitness is the way in which your body is able to utilize oxygen and get oxygen to the 100% of the cells within your body. And so some HIIT workouts can just literally be on the bicycle and you're going absolutely mad at very high intense levels, but you're not actually causing blood supply in all parts and all muscle groups and all cardiovascular systems. It's like you literally reading one news article and assuming that's all the facts. Or maybe you're watching one television program and thinking that's the only way I can be entertained. There's a variety of ways to improve your overall fitness. HIIT workout is one of them. Strength training, endurance training, even walking, even making sure you're getting enough recovery within your overall workout session. The next issue why you're not seeing any results from your HIIT is because you're not carrying out a HIIT workout session. I see so many times people in the gym and fitness instructors give programs about carrying out HIIT, and they assume that that is a HIIT program. They actually describe the different parameters of HIIT as saying things like, you know, you should have some gas, get some gas left in your tank after the workout. Absolutely not. A true HIIT workout is very, very high intense in a small period of time. Sometimes 30 seconds and no more. Sometimes they go up to a minute. But there is no, at the very beginning of the workout, the session's got to be very, very intense. There is no lead up to that intensity, and there's no moderate intensity throughout. HIIT training truly is extremely exhausting and extremely demanding on the body. There is actually a really important regulator called PGC1 alpha, and its presence is key within the muscles to move you on to an improved state of fitness as part of a HIIT program. The concentrations of PGC1 alpha will not increase if the glycogen reserves within your muscles are not fully depleted. The only way to actually deplete your glycogen reserves fully is to carry out a HIIT session in full intensity. And that is really flight and fight mode. And that's why half the time, sometimes when people are carrying out HIIT training, they think that they've depleted their glycogen reserves and they're therefore inducing the molecular stress for PGC1 alpha to improve your fitness, but they haven't. And therefore they're not going to get fitter as a result of what they think they would be doing through HIIT training. The next issue is that you might be carrying out a HIIT session correctly, but your actual program stinks. And that's because you're not taking into account when you're doing the HIIT program, what other types of exercises you're doing, what you've eaten before. All these things are factors. The number one factor is trying to perform a HIIT workout just before lifting weights or strength-based exercise. Back to that issue again with the glycogen, which is a polysaccharide, really important energy reserve, a carbohydrate reserve in your muscles. You're going to need that if you want to really get to new strength levels and improve and build muscle. If you perform a HIIT workout just before, you're going to deplete that glycogen, and therefore your strength is going to go down and you're going to have real problems. You're going to hit stumbling blocks when trying to build muscle. The next factor about programming is the fact that you're actually carrying out too many HIIT sessions a week. And that could be even 3 or 4. It's far too many. The fact is that if you do that and you're carrying out HIIT sessions properly and you're doing about 3 or 4 a week, you're going to hit a central nervous system disaster. It's going to cause issues because the problem is, unlike steady state cardio, HIIT type training, it's like 10 times more output is required from the central nervous system. So the CNS is really important in your HIIT training, and it will just hit a stumbling block if you're not giving your muscles and your overall cardiovascular system time to recover. The next reason your HIIT sessions aren't working is because you have the wrong goal. You're not understanding what is necessary to achieve the goal you need. If it's strength-based, or if it's even fat loss, then HIIT is probably not the best option. If you want to improve your fitness performance, on the other hand, like speed, endurance, anaerobic capacity, then absolutely HIIT is the right thing for you. But let's face it, if you are concentrating on fat loss and building muscle, you're best to keep to strength-based exercises and incorporating the right cardio throughout the session. But certainly not too much HIIT and not over-focused on HIIT. Remember, if you do too much HIIT, you're going to end up hungry, and that's probably going to have negative effects on your overall diet. If you want to keep the fat loss and build some lean muscle, first and foremost is your diet, get that in check, and then make sure you're having some good strength-based exercises. It will shift your metabolism, and it will make sure that you're getting to new levels of performance. The next reason you're not seeing results from your HIIT sessions is the fact is you're not giving yourself enough time to recover. The body needs time to recover. If you miss essential recovery and you're doing so many HIIT workouts in a week, you're probably going to increase the amount of body fat that you have, not reduce it. Remember the old adage, listen to your body? It's so important when it comes to HIIT training. The level of recovery can depend from person to person, so listen to your body, understand what your body can tolerate. But certainly when you think you're trying to pack in so much, with 3 to 4 HIIT training sessions, plus maybe strength training, steady state cardio, is too much, and you're going to have negative effects. You're probably going to get into the land of overtraining, which is just going to reduce your overall performance. So what does all this mean? What should I do next? Well, as always, you should do what you want to do. Make sure you do what you love. Be consistent. Carry on with it. If you're an absolutely HIIT lover and you love the variety and it's efficient, you can do it at home, carry on. Just make sure that you listen to some of those tips and some of those issues, because if you're not seeing performance or you're starting to get having a few issues with HIIT training, it might be because of one of those things that I mentioned. It's all about building an intelligent training program, making sure that you consider all the scientific elements that your body needs in terms of energy utilization, and making sure that in the long term you're going to have a metabolism that's strong, and you're going to have a very build a defined body. At Body Remastered, our overall mission is to build, strengthen and tone. We want to help you to build that really strong foundation. Please appreciate the value of muscle. Even if HIIT training is really important, muscle can also play a really big part in that, and strength training can be incorporated into your overall program. On that note, I hope this video has been useful. As always, please subscribe, like and comment on any issues that you might have. I'll make sure I respond to every one of them. Don't forget to go to www.bodyremastered.com and subscribe. You'll get a free ebook on Remaster the Eccentric, and we've got lots of new materials coming out to help you remaster your body. Let your body fuel your success. So good luck with your HIIT sessions, and I'll see you soon.